Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. This is our first episode of 2025, our first episode on our new link. Thank you guys so much for getting registered at our new link that's owned by Marketing for Notaries, which is my company. My name is Jen Neitzel, creator of Marketing for Notaries, and I am thrilled that you guys are here. We had 1,000 people register for this new link. 1,000 people. Isn't that incredible? There's 1,000 of us out there ready to learn and grow together. We are joined by some very special guests today. And of course, my wonderful co-host, Laura Bewer. Now, she's teaching today. You guys know she works for the National Notary Association, and she is teaching a class today. So she's going to get on as soon as she can. And when she does, we will let you guys know. We have our fabulous support with us here today too, and that is Matt Miller with the California League of Independent Notaries. Matt, come on and say hi to everybody.
Well, hello, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome back. Ready to get the
Happy
party
New
started?
Year. I know this is exciting. And of course, Jen Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary. Jen, say hi to everybody.
Everybody, Happy New Year.
Jen and Matt really go out of their way to support this call and help us make sure that we are staying on track and everybody's in the room and mics are off and all the things. So, and they also, speaking of chat, help us monitor that chat. If you are new to this call, welcome. I know several of you are brand new, and I'm so glad that you are here. This is an Ask Me Anything style call. You can ask Laura and I any questions you want about the practice of being a notary public, about your business, your marketing plans, anything. And we are happy to work with you. We prefer that you ask your questions live, and you can do that by raising your hand. And the raise hand function is at the bottom of your Zoom screen. You should see a little hand down there that says raise hand. If you don't, look under the More button. It has 3 little dots at the top, and it should say More, or under Reactions. That's the little heart. Zoom keeps changing, and so I never know where that raised hand function is. Mine comes and goes randomly. So all that said, oh, Laura's here. Hey, Laura.
Nothing like having the co-host not have the link. The reminder didn't go to me.
It didn't?
She has it now.
Uh-oh, she's frozen too. Laura, you
I
are
got the other
frozen.
Jen to send it to me. So I am here.
Okay. So okay, there you go. You're unfrozen now. Now we can see you. Technology. I just love it. We are going to start the way we always do with some announcements while we are waiting for our friends to get settled and get on the call. I want to, like I said, welcome anyone who is new to the call. Let me go back to what I was saying about the raised hand function. When we give you the word, you will raise your virtual hand to ask your question, and Laura and I will answer it for you, or one of our other experts on the call if they are able to help us with that. If you are a little nervous, maybe you're not feeling comfortable talking in front of all these people, I totally understand. We do have a special link where you can go and submit your questions on a form, and then we will, that's our second tier of priority questions. We will answer those if there's a lull in the call. We'll pull that form up and we'll answer those questions for you as well. Our third tier, our third priority is the chat. If you put a question in the chat, you might get a response from Jen or Matt that says, hey, raise your hand and ask the question. If you've never monitored a chat with a large number of people on the call, it can be very difficult. And this is a live chat, so we prefer you answer those questions live if you are so inclined. Like I said, we have the backup plan for you to enter your questions on the form if you need to. And Jen will put those links in the chat for you guys now so you can access that. Okay, guys, I've got a few events coming up that I want to talk to you about, and not the ones that we're going to talk about that are happening in 2025, but some local ones that I want you guys to know about. First things first, Laura and Matt, you guys, wait, you already had that, did you not?
Yeah, Saturday.
How was that?
Well, I thought it was great. We had we had
Fabulous.
about 90 people on the call, and we talked about RON and how that will impact our commissions here in California. We talked about facilitation. We talked about the new law that is
Mhm.
already now effective, giving full reciprocity to RON transactions by out of state to California notaries.
Wonderful.
It was good.
Wonderful. I love it. Now, Laura, you are also going to be part of a partnership with Notary Stars on
Mhm.
February 3rd. Can you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that?
Absolutely. So you guys know that I'm all about confident and competent notaries. How do we get that way? And it's through deliberate practice. And it means that it's a planned way of practicing and expanding your skills. Part of it is back to basics, knowing the fundamentals. And we are going to talk about that and how we can expand our knowledge. And that is going to be February 3rd with Notary Stars, Ronnie Mickle, Beth Hathhoot will be co-hosting that. So it's free if you come to the live call. So it can't get better than that. Free.
Absolutely not.
It's 5 o'clock on a Monday evening. So I hope that you will join us. I do have to put out there that if you use the link to sign up for the free call, it will not accept you if you are not a registered Zoom user. Now, free account is fine. You don't need anything more than that. But if you're not, you're going to get a message saying error, you cannot sign in. So make sure if you don't have a Zoom account, you get one first, then go register.
Awesome. That's fabulous. And Matt, his California League of Independent Notaries, has his monthly roundtable coming up tomorrow. Matt, tell us about that.
It's Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Thursday, sorry.
And this month, we're going to be talking about 10 new laws that are now in effect across the country. Anything from new notarial acts to new fees to new requirements to new compliance issues. So make sure to put that on your calendar. If you've registered for the roundtable before, you'll get a reminder email the day of, but I look forward to seeing you there on Thursday at 5.
Awesome. And I want to let you guys know, even if you are not in the state of California, the California League of Independent Notaries is such an important organization that you should be looking at to join. Please go check it out. There's links in the chat for you to go look at that. Matt helps keep us in touch with law changes across the country, and that's stuff we need to know as notaries. So, Matt, I always stand in awe of everything that you do to support the notary community. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to remind everybody too, Notary Masters Toastmasters is continuing on in the new year. Toastmasters is a great organization. It helps you learn how to get up and speak competently and confidently, to steal Laura's tagline, in front of groups. So if you are maybe feeling a little intimidated by speaking in a group like this or in other groups that you might be a part of, or you're looking for a confidence boost for your direct marketing or networking events, I encourage you to go check out Notary Masters Toastmasters. They will let you come in for free and take a look around and see if it's something that you want to be a part of. But it's a powerful way to help you build your confidence in your speaking ability, and not just public speaking, in just one-on-one conversations as well. So please go ahead and check that out. Okay. Now, you might notice some new faces on the call today. We have decided, we being Laura and myself, we have decided to change things up a little bit with TNT this year. You will notice as we go through each month that we will have a special guest every single month that's going to be delivering an educational lesson. We are so excited to bring you guys this micro lesson every single week. It's going to be on or about the second Tuesday of every month. And of course, Laura and I in our social media posts and things will let you know what to expect. So keep an eye on those. The other new phase of this call that we are adding is Matt Miller, once a month, is going to be hosting the Legislative Minute to keep us all up to date on law changes, not just in California, but across the country. We're also adding every week a special mentorship minute brought to us by the one and only Jen Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary. So let's kick that off today, our first mentoring minute with Jen Cooper. Jen?
Yeah. Well, as a notary, guys, answering your phone promptly is crucial. Every ring represents potential business, right? But let's be realistic. There will be times when you are with another client driving or handling paperwork. And in these moments, your voicemail greeting becomes the stand-in. And it can mean the difference between landing an appointment or losing business to the next notary on someone's list. So let's make your voicemail work harder for you. I'm going to give you 2 professional scripts that you can customize, and I will put them in the chat. The first one is, hello, you've reached Jennifer Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary. I'm currently assisting another client. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I will get back to you by the end of day. For faster service, you can text me at this number or visit jkcmobilenotary.com to book an appointment online. Thank you for your business. Or you can also say something a little less. Thank you for calling JKC Mobile Notary. I'm currently helping another client. Please leave your contact information and preferred method or preferred appointment time. If you need immediate assistance, visit jkcmobilenotary.com to check my availability and book online or send a text message to this number. I look forward to serving you. These just give them a lot of options on how to book you, even though they can't talk to you. So I'm going to put those scripts in the chat. I would love to hear what you guys currently are doing for your voicemail. And if you think you're going to add these now, because you're not really having anything there that has people going somewhere else that stays with you. So that is my minute, guys, and I will put those scripts in the chat.
I beat you to it, Jen. I got
Did
you.
you?
You support me on the call. I support you. You've got they're already in the chat for everybody to see. Please feel free. Steal those outgoing messages. They're great. And we need to make sure, as a reminder, I have to say this. If your phone rings and you're able to, answer it. Don't just answer it by saying hello. Answer it by saying, like I do, or Jen does, or Laura does, or Matt does, hey, this is Jen with Neitzel Notary, which is the name of my mobile notary business. Let them know that they are contacting a business. If not, it is absolutely crucial to have a robust outgoing message so people know alternate ways to connect with you.
Yep.
Terry Jo, did you have a question about the messages?
Just about the answering of the calls, I am getting nonstop calls from marketers, people wanting to sell me their business for my Google business page or my LinkedIn page.
Yep.
It's driving me nuts. I probably get 2-3 calls an hour.
We all do. What's your question?
Is there a way to stop that?
Well, you can let those calls go to voicemail. You have a choice. It's your business, Terry Jo, and you have a choice. You can let those calls go to voicemail even when you're available and hope that they leave a message and don't hang up and call somebody else. Or you can pick up that phone and say, hi, it's Terry Jo with Terry Jo's Mobile Notary. How may I help you? And if you hear a marketer on the other end, you can hit delete and hang up the call. The choice is yours. I'll tell
I'm
you which
answering
one.
the calls.
I'll tell you which one I pick.
I'm answering the calls. I just wasn't sure because I don't know who's calling. It doesn't always say spam.
I know it's hard. It doesn't. And I will tell you this. sometimes, I'm sure you guys have experienced this, sometimes when it does say spam, it's a customer calling you. It gets translated as spam. When my phone rings, and Laura, it's not on DND. Laura makes fun of me for my phone being on DND all the time. If my phone's ringing and it's not, I'm answering that phone. So it's 2 seconds to say your intro, right? And then just hang up. I wish there was a way. If anybody knows a way to make those spam calls, marketing calls stop, please let us know. And Laura and I will get that message out to everybody. But I do not know of a way to do that. Laura, do you have any other comments for Terry Jo?
Just that there is a do not call registry for cell phones, not just for your home phone. You might want to consider that. It still won't get rid of everything, but it might cut it down. I use an auto response. So when I see a call coming in, I can make a choice to send them to my voicemail or to send an auto text. And then it usually disconnects. When it's spam, it will just disconnect. It won't leave a voicemail. It won't send me a text. So that's another way I can do that whenever I suspect that's what it is. If I can't tell, I answer the phone.
Is that on an iPhone or an Android?
That's on the iPhone. I'm sure an Android probably has it as well. I don't know how to navigate that, but there's an auto text. So the phone's ringing and I can either swipe it to answer it or it says message. And I've pre-recorded my message on what they can do to get to me because I'm currently busy. And they can either text me or they can go ahead and go into my voicemail and leave me a message.
Perfect. Thank you.
And that way I don't, and that's what I use when I'm at the table with a client and I can't pick up the phone. I just touch that auto text and it just sends my calls where they need to go. And now the person knows I can't pick up the phone, but I've acknowledged I know.
And that's the differentiator there is you are acknowledging that person if it is a customer by sending that auto message. And Alina in Texas posted something in the chat that I want to bring up. She said, I know the cell phone companies also have spam blocker features as well. So you might want to check with your cell provider and see if they have a spam block feature.
So they have
Filters for you, yeah. So take a look at that as well. So thank you, Jen, for bringing up this very important topic. I appreciate it. And Terry Jo for calling out something that bothers us all,
Yes.
whether it's a business phone or a personal phone. Whew, I know, I hate those calls. All right, guys. As you saw on social media, I'm sure today we are highlighting some upcoming 2025 notary events. And Laura, I would love for you to tell us why it is so important for notaries to be looking at notary-centered events instead of going to networking events with other business owners. Why is it important for a notary to network with other notaries?
Okay. Well, first of all, when you collaborate or work with other notaries or make them part of your team, you can't be everywhere all the time. So you want to be able to have people to work with. And what better place, if you don't have one right now, is to attend an event where you can meet other notaries, maybe notaries who are not in your own area. I've gotten calls for Indiana, I've gotten calls for SoCal, I've gotten calls well beyond my area. So it allows me to be helpful to the customer by handing them off to another notary who can help them and or may have a service I don't have, such as RON, which I don't have in California. Going to events is going to be a place where you will get new information. What's trending in our industry? What kind of new job opportunities are there? What kind of there's networking opportunities there so that you can have multiple chances to start to meet other people who are doing what you do. And that's really important because even though we're out there doing the notarizations by ourselves, we really aren't alone. There's a whole community of notaries. And so it's wonderful when you have a chance to meet that community in person. And these are the opportunities that are coming up in 2025 that will do that for you.
Yeah, and of course, we're at the beginning of the year. Thank you, Laura, for that explanation. We're at the beginning of the year and other events may pop up. And as they do, if people reach out to us, in fact, if you
Yes.
decide down the road you want to host something, reach out to Laura or myself. And, we'll make sure it's a right fit for us to promote on this program. But we have invited some very special guests today to talk about the programs that they are hosting in 2025 so that you can make an informed decision to find the right notary-centered networking event that meets your budget and meets your business needs. I've asked our guests to come today and talk about these programs. They're going to be sharing a couple they're going to talk for a couple of minutes about their programs. They're going to be sharing why their program is a good investment for you and what you're going to walk away with, what you're going to learn in that space. So we are going to kick off first with a virtual event, which is very exciting because this is something we can all attend. You don't have to get on an airplane. You don't have to travel anywhere, get a hotel room, right? So this is a cost-effective way to network with other notaries. And this, as I'm sure you have seen on social media, is the Level Up event hosted by Lori Morgan with Sign Here and There Notary out of Indiana. Lori was not able to join us today, but I wanted to make sure that you guys were able to get the link in the chat because again, this is virtual, and there's several folks on this call that are also part of Lori's Level Up, myself included, Laura, Matt. Is there anybody else on the call that's going to be speaking at Level Up? It's a great way to get in front of it's a great way to get in front of lots of different notary influencers and trainers across the country, learn from them, and have opportunities to network with notaries, like I said, virtually all across the country. So at the very least, check out the link for the 2025 virtual Level Up. And I believe, Laura, this is year 4 for her, or 5.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
It's a
it's 4.
great,
And by the way, it's February 1st. I didn't see that in the link we dropped.
that is February 1st. It's a Saturday. It's, I think, a 4 to 6 hour event. She has multiple trainers. The link is in the chat. I encourage each of you, open that live link, save it for after this call, and take a look at it and see if that is something that you are interested in attending. And we all hope to see you there. It's quite affordable too. All right, next up, the Pacific Northwest. What a beautiful part of the country. I absolutely adore traveling up to the Pacific Northwest. Here to talk about the PNW meetup is Michelle Klein. Michelle?
Hi, thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So first of all, Jen and Laura, thank you so much. My name's Michelle Klein. I'm the owner of Notary for You out of Washington State. I co-host the Pacific Northwest Meet and Mingle with Karen Tollefson, who is the owner of Sound Signings. And this year is going to be our 3rd annual. The first year was just sort of a get together for some lunch and kind of network a little bit, but we decided we wanted to increase it, add some learning and all of that. Last year, of course, for our kickoff for an actual conference, we had some fantastic speakers in the lovely Nicola Jackson and, of course, Laura B. Wurr. Matt Miller, Judy Lawrence, and Bill Soroka helped kick that off for us, which was a fantastic opportunity, and we appreciate all of that. And so this year we have a great lineup that we're really excited about. Nicola has agreed to come back and MC for us this year. Our keynote speaker is going to be Daniel Lewis with the Indiana Notary Association. And of course, our lovely Jen Neitzel is going to speak with us. We've got Karin Snow, who's going to give a presentation on Ron and all the different platforms. We've got Sue Hope with Notary Assist joining us. And then we're super excited because we're going to have a panel discussion with Daniel and some of the representatives from the Washington Department of Licensing. Washington State does not go through the Secretary of State other than to get our commission certificate signed. So all of our notary programs and everything are set up through the DOL. So we're excited that they're going to come join us and kind of talk about the best ways to prevent mistakes, and that, you know, the learning is important and learning your notary laws. And so we're just going to have a great panel discussion about that. And we're super excited about it. It's March 14th and 15th. We're going to have social networking on Friday the 14th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. And then on Saturday, the conference is going to be from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And we'll have food and beverages available all day, and take some breaks to network and do some of those activities. But we're just really excited to kind of bring some conference things to the Pacific Northwest. We're up here in our little corner. So we're very excited about that. It's open to anyone and everyone. We've had folks come from California and Texas and Arizona, Idaho. Somebody flew in from New Jersey last year to attend. So we were very excited about that. And we're just looking forward to inviting everyone up to Seattle for our meet and mingle.
Thank you, Michelle. The link for the PNW Meet and Mingle is in the chat. Thank you
Awesome.
so much, Michelle. All right, next up, we have Dashika. Dashika, are you there?
I am here. How is everyone?
Hey, now I know you don't have a registration link about your event, but I wanted to hold space for Dashika to just tell us a minute or two of what you've got planned. And later in the year, as her registration links become available, we will absolutely make sure you guys all have copies of that. Dashika, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you both, Jen and Laura, for having me. We are going to do a notary boot camp in May here in Michigan. It is no fluff, no frills, no thrills. It is bring your electronic device and come and learn. You're going to walk away with so much knowledge. A lot of time. So for the past couple of years, it was people sharing their stories and little nuggets. You're not going to walk away with a nugget. You're going to walk away with a plate full. So I invite you to mark your calendars from May 16th through May 18th here in Michigan. If I do not have, put my email address in the chat. If I don't have your email address, please send me your email so that way I can keep you abreast on when those dates are, where that location is, who the teachers and trainers will be. I'm excited. You asked for it and I'm about to bring it to you.
Thanks, Dashika. I am looking forward to getting more information about it. I love the idea of a notary boot camp. So appealing. Thank you for sharing that. All right, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but up next we have a celebrity in the house, the NNA Influencer of the Year, Amber Gist. Hey, Amber, how you doing?
Please don't do that, but hello. That's so weird to hear that. Don't say that, Jen, but thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Like Jen was saying, my name is Amber. I am based here in Texas. I am the owner of Notary Training Hub, and I host a conference summit, depending on the duration, called Empowered Notary. It's Empowered Notary Summit. Actually, this will be our third year. Just like I believe Michelle was speaking, our first year was like more of networking event and getting to know everyone in the community. And then last year is where we really sprouted out and went all in into conference education mode. And so this year it's going to be, you know, another impactful event. It will be a 2-day event this time. We're looking at September 20th and September 21st here in Dallas, Texas. So if you're a notary, aspiring notary, wedding officiant, apostille facilitator, even thinking about adding notary services to your business, if you've been just doing like general appointments, then this is a place that you would want to be. This year's theme is visibility equals profitability, and we're going to be talking about maximizing revenue streams. If you guys saw any of the graphics or postings from last year, you would know that Jen was our keynote speaker. She did an amazing job. I still get people emailing me asking me about Jen. She really did blow it away. Hopefully you'll be coming again this year. But we had a panel, and we had a few other speakers come out and give some specific training. So we'll be doing similar to that. This year, we're adding something new where it will be more hands-on. So just for example, throwing this out there, like if we're talking about SEO and Google business growth or website growth, we're actually going to have someone there with you on your laptop helping you do it, to just basically, it's a full-on like hands-on workshop. So we're excited about that. I can't wait, honestly. Last year, we had people come in from 18 different states. Hopefully we can have just as many or not more. It is open to everyone. If you want to learn and grow with like-minded professionals, we are definitely the place to be or try out. And so again, our details for that are, tickets will go on sale February 28th. We are not selling them yet. It is a little bit of a rollout, and we are not revealing the location yet, just to give a little bit of suspicion, but the location will be revealed 1 week before ticket sales are open. And that's when early bird pricing will go on. And so the actual event, I think I said before, is September 20th and September 21st. Save the date. I hope that you guys will be there. The link that you'll be getting today is to our landing page and to a form that you can insert your email to be notified as soon as the ticket sales go live, so that you can have that option to purchase the discounted early bird tickets. And so hopefully I'll see some of you there.
Well, I know I'll be there. So thank you, Amber. I appreciate you sharing about your event. So if you guys want to rub elbows with the influencer of the year, that's the event to show up to. Now, last but not least, we have to talk about the one and only, the absolute must-attend event for every single notary at some point in their career, the NNA conference. And with us is the one and only Susie Sivkov and Nicola Jackson to tell us all about the NNA conference this year.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. I love this. I love TNT. I love what you guys are doing with it in 2025. This is so great. And I'm hoping to pop in more often. Such a great way to just know what's going on out there and what people need. And so this is awesome. Thank you, Jen and Laura, for hosting. I'm going to let Nicola actually talk about the conference, because since she's in charge of it, she knows all of the secrets that I don't even know. So, but I want to mention before I turn it over to her real quick that the NNA started a interview series, kind of podcast style YouTube thing this year. And we just, kind of launched. We have our first one up, and it's just kind of a more coffee talk style. Just to continue to give notaries new ways to learn and to be inspired. So you'll have to check that out. Nicola, take it away.
Hello, I am Nicola Jackson, your favorite NNA employee. Sorry, Susie. And so as Susie mentioned, I am in charge of the conference, and I wanted to just give you some insight. We are going to be Las Vegas adjacent in Henderson. At the Green Valley Ranch. I think it's called GVR now. They went down to initials. And that will be June 8th through the 10th. This is the place where the notary community meets. So all of the amazing people that you hear from, Jen, Salisha is going to be a speaker this year. Amber is a speaker. Laura is a speaker. Jen is a speaker. Hold on, I'm like doing my romper room search to see who else. And it is very exciting. We have 30 workshops this year and counting, because we may add some more in there. But the amazing thing is all of those people that you see online kind of gather in this one place, and you can really come and find out like who you is your person, who resonates with you. It's not just about the networking, although that's a huge part. There's going to be discussions about the specialty work and all the different kinds of ways that you can use your notary business, and use your notary commission for business, what notaries are doing. We also are going to talk about the money mindset. That's going to be the big thing with Laura that I'm really excited about. Something that not a lot of people are talking about, which is when you get your money, what to do with it. And that excites me. Lots of stuff about the, I'm trying to like not just like marketing, but Laura said it earlier, and the idea of like being in a place where you can talk the talk with people, that when you say these words out loud, they understand what you mean. Because sometimes you'll kind of explain to a coworker or a friend about what these problems are that you're having, and they're like, oh yeah, that really sucks. But like to say it to another notary who then really feels that pain in their core because they experience the same thing, you're in a room of people that understand that. So it's really exciting. If you have not been, I highly recommend it. I know it's an investment, but it's definitely worth it. So the early bird pricing lasts till the end of February. And so it's $750 for the conference, but that covers all the food that you're going to be eating at various events where we have food, like the networking mixer. We have sponsors that come, so you can walk through the exhibit hall, talk to them, meeting all the speakers. And then we have a really nice gala banquet at the end where we announce the Notary of the Year. We're going to give Amber her Influencer of the Year trophy. So that'll be exciting because she earned it. She did a great job. And then it's just a really nice gathering. We really hope that you can make it, because honestly, it's very exciting. And then one more thing I wanted to mention is that our policy manager is actually going to be doing an identity like verification masterclass on how to spot fake IDs. We're going to talk a lot about AI, deep fakes, all the scary stuff that you've kind of been hearing about. And the interview series that Susie and I just did about, the whole thing with Graceland. We're really going to delve into how AI is going to play a role with that, both in a helping way and how to kind of prevent the things and what to be on the lookout for. So lots of exciting stuff. Susie, anything I missed? We've been to like a bajillion conferences between the two of us. And between Laura, I think there's like 60 conferences between the three of us. So
yeah, I think you've covered it. It's yeah, it's so dynamic, and you just walk away just totally renewed and refreshed. So hope to see a lot of you there.
It is absolutely one of my favorite times of year. Thank you both for taking the time out of your very, very busy days and making the time to come on and tell us more about the NNA conference and the type of learning that's going to be happening there. It's so important. I think sometimes people get hung up on that price tag, but for similar conferences that I have been to in past careers, I've paid double. The price tag may seem shocking at first, but when you consider everything that it includes, the 30 sessions, the food, the gala, the opening network, I mean, it's actually quite reasonable if you ask me. So, and they always make sure we get great rates at GVR for our hotel rooms. So, is there still a payment plan, Nicola? Pam would like to know.
I am so sorry to say it ended December 28th. So now it will be a full price option.
Do you take payments through PayPal, Nicola?
We do not, but
You
we
don't.
are, it won't be for 2025, but we're working with kind of the Affirm Klarna
Okay.
Afterpay folks so that for 2026, we can kind of set it up to make it more user friendly. However, if it really is something that's important, I think Affirm does have a program where you can actually set it up where it doesn't have to go through NNA, but still make those payments using Affirm. I don't know if you've used it before. I just did a Hawaiian vacation that way, and it was pretty awesome. So, and then also, obviously it's a great a great investment in yourself, but also you can write it off. So that's what I always use as my excuse.
Love a good write-off. Thank you guys so much for making space for us today and sharing information about the NNA conference. Okay, guys, that's a lot of information about notary conferences, and I hope that you're able to capture all those links. Just keep scrolling up in the chat. Maybe Jen, if you're able to, maybe post them one more time, just so they're all right there. Get your information, get on those sign up lists, look into the tickets and registration. And as we go through the year, we're going to keep you updated on all of this stuff as well. All right, let's get into the meat of this call for the last 20 minutes that we have available to us. I want to know what your questions are. Laura and I are here to answer those for you. All you have to do is raise your virtual hand. You'll find your raise hand function at the bottom of your Zoom screen. Who would like to kick us off with a question? And let me just clarify, Sharon, really quickly. Dashika had mentioned that there isn't yet a link for the Michigan boot camp, but if you would please, Dashika, if you would put your email address in there so she can reach out to you and make sure she gets on your list, I would appreciate it. All right, guys, who has a question for us today? Laura, they're going to be quiet on us again. It says P. Shirley. Is it Shirley? Do you go by Shirley? You're on mute. You're on mute. There we go.
Okay. It's set up for another call,
Okay.
and I forgot to change it on this one. That Shirley Robinette is my art name. My notary name is Shirley Knighton. So this is my first time. I
Welcome.
actually have been, so I just signed up. I'm one of the newbies.
Welcome.
So this is amazing news. I met you guys. I got your information. I met some of you ladies in Montana a while back.
That's why you look familiar. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you
Like
for
I want
saying
to connect with you. So I was really excited. Anyway, I've actually been a notary for over 30 years. But it's always been in the law office under that kind of protection. And now I am out on my own and wanting to just advertise and kind of let people know. So I'm at the very beginning stages of, I mean, I got some cards. I thought I would just go around to different people and leave a bunch of cards. But my question is, should I have a web page set up? And how detailed and what information do I need?
Laura, what say you? You're on mute.
That sounds like she's asking about a marketing plan, which I think I'm going to toss right back to you.
So Shirley, yes, a marketing plan, of course, is very, very important.
Yeah.
And I say that as someone who started her career off as a notary, trying to build my business by winging it. Winging it doesn't work. I am solid proof of that. Having a plan, however, does. The question about the website, there's two ways to look at this. The first way is having a website lends legitimacy to your business. So think about your own self in this situation. If you were looking for a service provider and they did not have a website, would you feel comfortable hiring them?
No, that's happened before because I'm like, they have some Facebook page. They don't have a website. I'm not going to do business with them.
And I think you just answered your own question.
Okay. How much information, I mean, I've kind of got something drafted. How much information do I need to put on there? Like, do I need to say, this is my fees? I don't give legal advice according to statute, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
How much information do I need to put on there?
What I think is important are the services you offer.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessary this is my opinion. I don't think it's necessary to lock yourself into rates, but it might be important to explain that you do charge travel fees or convenience fees for your service. Any state disclaimers, absolutely, you need to be sharing those on your website.
Okay.
And another thing I would look at is a booking calendar, a booking link. So people
There's
can book
one on
you.
there.
People can book you directly, a way to get in touch with you. And of
Mhm.
course, you want to highlight any reviews, any positive reviews you want to be able to highlight so people feel comfortable.
I
Now,
don't have any yet.
well, but you're going to get them,
I'm
you're
gonna
going
get them.
you can reach out to the people that you've worked with in the
Okay.
past
Yeah,
and ask them for a character reference
okay,
to kick that off and get that
yeah,
started.
okay,
But I also need to say, and I would be remiss if I didn't, Google Business Profile is
okay,
equally important as
okay.
having that web page, and a robust profile that you interact with on a regular basis. And I'm going to ask Jen Cooper to put in the chat for you some contact information for Mr. Jim Allen, who
Okay.
is the #1 Google business profile expert in the notary world. I encourage you to reach out for him for tips and tricks on how to optimize your GBP, Google Business Profile, along
Yeah,
with your
and I
website.
know because I've had a website for my art business for years, and I'm
Mhm.
learning a lot of SEO and stuff like that. So I know some of that, but I don't know that much about the Google end of it. So that would be really good. So I
Yeah.
do have that information that I can kind of borrow from.
Yeah.
I guess my thing was, is it really good to have a website? And yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
The one thing I wasn't sure about the link, it shows up like there's this calendar and it's got every day and every time open. Well, I don't want to look like I'm not doing anything. I want to have some blocks in there. I mean,
Well, I mean, you can link it to your personal calendar, or you should be able to link it to your personal calendar, obviously. And if you're able to fill in some spots with just some blank appointments, if that makes you feel more comfortable,
yeah, okay.
keep in mind too, that could be the prime time for somebody else,
Oh, I
right?
know. Yeah.
So
Well,
there's no wrong way to do that as long as you have some kind of link. Another business I want to share with you is called, and you might have met Tony at the Montana conference, Tony Benson, is notarycalendar.com.
okay.
He has a wonderful, wonderful widget that plugs into your website. It builds in your drive time around your appointments so you don't accidentally double book.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know you do a lot of driving out there in Montana. Things are
Yeah.
spread out. So that's really important for you guys to think about. So go check that out. It's notarycalendar.com.
Okay.
And Jen, if you wouldn't mind there, she already got it in there for you. So check the
Okay.
chat and you'll see the link for that. Okay.
And then how do I reach out to Jim Allen?
Let's see. I
Put the
believe
link in the chat already.
link is in the chat. Just
Is
scroll
Jim,
up in the chat and you'll see
I
Jim
missed
Allen.
it.
I'll put
He's,
it
Okay,
again.
yes. Thank you.
you are so welcome. You're
I
so
got
welcome.
it.
Thank you for the question and welcome. We're so glad that
Yeah.
you're joining us. Come back next
Yeah.
week. Keep
Yeah,
listening.
thank you.
This call is so important, especially
Yeah.
to notaries. So thanks, Shirley.
Thank you for all your help.
You're
And I'll try
welcome.
to change my name so I match this.
No problem. All right, Miss Shayla in Colorado, what is your question today?
Hi, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I am doing my first signing using the MyTech technology website. And I was wondering if anybody had any helpful information.
I do not. Laura, do you? No? Does anybody on the call have any information for my tech that they could share with Shayla? If you do, please share that in the chat. I am not familiar with that system, Shayla.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's fairly new, and I guess from my conversation with BankServe earlier, a lot of the Fidelity approved platforms are going to be moving more towards the MyTech.
Okay.
So
Well, Matt had a good question for you. Matt, you can come off mute here.
Yeah, I don't know much about this platform as well, but my only question for you to check on, Shayla, would be, is MyTech an approved platform for the state of Colorado?
I guess what would you mean by that, Matt?
So most states that have permanent RON legislation and rules have approved
Oh,
lists of platforms you're allowed to use as a notary.
right. This isn't for Ron. So it's an
Oh, okay.
in-person signing appointment.
Got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shayla, I encourage you, as the word gets out through BankServe and Fidelity title companies, I encourage you to come back and keep asking this question every week. Don't feel like it's repetitive. As it gets out and more people build their experience with it, I'm sure they'll be willing to share about that.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry we weren't able to answer that question for you. And we've got Cynthia, another Montanan, with her hand up with a question for us. Cynthia, what is your question today?
There. I am a beginner. I'm launching my business this month, and I just finished my business cards, maybe. What I'd like to know from you, Jan and Laura, and anyone else that wants to chime in, do people put their commission numbers on your business cards?
Laura, do you want to start with that one?
Yeah, there's nothing about us having to, requiring us to put our commission number on a business card. And for many of us, most of us, that number is going to change over time. So
Right.
I personally wouldn't recommend it. I don't see a reason to put it on there. It's not like we're, a contractor who's required to have that information in their advertising. So personally, I wouldn't put it on there. It's changeable information, and you're gonna have to change your cards. And if you do signage, you'd have to change your signage as well.
Right, right. Thank you. I didn't know my commission number will change when I renew.
Check Montana requirements.
Yeah, well,
And see about the number being changed. Most states that have a number assigned, not all states have a commission number, but those who do usually have a process in place that it's not the same from commission to commission.
thank you. Very valuable to ask that question. Thank you. That's all.
Cynthia, I'm in Texas. Our numbers don't change. It just, the expiration date renews as we renew our commissions here. And I think with so much fraud happening in the notary community, specifically in the loan world, in that orbit, I would say it's probably not a good idea, as Laura said, just because of that. Nicola, what do you think?
I could not agree more. Definitely do not put it on
I wondered
there.
about security. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just the NNA has started a new podcast format on their YouTube channel. Go watch. Everybody should do this. And Susie and Nicola, if you guys have a specific link that you want to drop for your Graceland podcast in the chat, please do so. It's really intriguing. I'm dying to go watch it, but it's going to kind of address this kind of fraud stuff that's happening. If you guys are interested in learning more about that, and with something so iconic, right? Like Graceland, that somebody tried to steal out from under them with notary fraud from the Presley family. So go check it out. And it's really, it's quite interesting in a bad way, in a negative way. But yeah, something to think about for you, Cynthia.
So Jen, before we go on to any other ones, I just want to address a comment because I think it's important. And Candy's saying, hey, I'm in Arizona and we have to list our numbers. And the point that I want to make is, do you know your state rules? What does it say in your state? Do you not have a commission number to worry about? You have one. Does it change from commission to commission? It doesn't change. What does change? The safety part of it. There's all of those considerations, and they're going to be specific to you, to your state. So if you're on this call and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to worry about that now, but I'm in California, Jen is in Texas, Candy is in Arizona. It's so important that you always remember what your space is.
Yeah. Right. And just to throw in here, Laura, that's for the certified legal document preparer. You have to list your certification number on all your business stuff, but not for the notary. commission,
Okay.
not your notary number. So just to kind of clarify the two, there are some things in Arizona where you do have to put that, legal document prepared
Right.
certification on everything. But for my notary, I never put my notary commission number on anything. I don't because of fraud. So
Yeah, and it's not that it's not
sorry.
public. They can go look it up. We'll let them. They can look at
Right.
old documents you've notarized. Let them. I cannot control what is out there in the world. I just don't need to contribute to it
Right.
unnecessarily.
Excellent point. Love that. An excellent point, Laura. Thank you. Terry Jo, I saw you had your hand up. Do you have a last question for us today before we wrap up this awesome TNT call?
I'm not sure if it can be answered or not, but in doing aposties, I'm not saying it right, apostille for those. Is that something that once you have the training, is that something you can actually start making money rather quickly versus, because I've done the training for the attorney, certified trust delivery, signing agents, and I'm in a position where I need to start making money now, not 2-3 months down the line.
Laura?
And
Yeah, first of all, I think that apostille work you can jump into immediately. However, I will say in some locations, it's busier than others. I will say that if you don't know anything about it, I wouldn't be doing it, meaning you better take some training. The time, once you know what you're doing, the time to get the business, it's about advertising. It's about getting the word out. It's about your Google profile. It's about what kinds of communities need that kind of work. Understanding who needs that. College students need it who are going abroad. Destination weddings. There are so many college transcripts, so many different reasons why people need that process. They've got property in a foreign country, but they live here. So it's really important for you to know what that is, because remember, that's what they're paying you for. You're not the authenticator, the Secretary of State is. They're paying you because you know what the process is supposed to be, whether or not that's state or federal. What is that proper notarization of it so that it will be acceptable when it hits the Secretary of State's office, whether it's your Secretary of State or whether that document needs to go to another Secretary of State. That's what you need to know. That's what they pay you. That's the expertise. If you have it, you can start getting business. If you don't, I wouldn't do it until you do.
right, no, I was considering taking the course that you guys have. Yeah, and I was just wondering, more money out right now, am I going to get money in? I mean, I'm doing signings, loan signings here and there, but I really wanted to focus more on the attorney work.
Yeah.
Well, but
and that could be faster than apostille. Again, it depends on what you're doing so that people know you have that skill set. Right?
And I'm going to
piggyback
on what Laura said. Our favorite word, piggyback. Terry Jo, because you take a training class does not mean that you're gonna, the training class itself is not gonna make you any money.
Right.
It's
how you market.
Right? Know. There's two ways that you're gonna build a business, a profitable business in your community. Two things. Everybody write this down. Number one, your online presence. We were talking about this with Shirley earlier, excuse me. Your online presence, robust Google business profile, a solid website. Number two is building relationships. You need a marketing plan, my friend. And you can take all of that knowledge that you gained and learn how to do the things that Laura was just telling you, which is to get out there, meet people, build trust, and gain clients, right? We take people's most personal financial information in those loan documents, in these apostille documents. They don't want to just give that to anybody. I mean, would you want what's on a loan application, Terry Jo, all your personal information, your social security, all your bank accounts, your credit report, everything. Would you want to hand that to somebody you don't have faith in and trust in?
Right.
I
would.
would.
I understand.
Yeah. So it's about getting out there and building relationships. Now that doesn't happen overnight, right? But the sooner you start, the sooner that money will follow.
Sorry about that. Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, look into a good, robust plan, but it sounds like you've got some really good certifications that you can already lean into. And I encourage you to go back into your CNTDA, Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent program, and rewatch that marketing piece to give you some additional ideas. And this is my area, marketing. If you need any support or help, Terry Jo, please feel free to reach out. You see if you hover over my picture, you'll see my phone number there. I put that up there for a reason. You guys are welcome to text me with any questions like that. Thank you so much for asking that. All right, guys, that was it. Wow, this went by so fast today. Thank you so much for taking the time today to join us, to listening to all these awesome events. We will see you back here next week. Laura, close us out today.
Guys, it is the start of another year. Are you ready? If you're not, get ready, because 25 is taking off. And this is one of the ways we can help you. The TNT call, we can help you individually, Jennifer or myself, depending on where it is you need the help. There are other notaries on this call who also help other notaries. So please, 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 the implementation is where it's at. You can learn all that you want. You can ask all the questions, but if you don't implement, that's the problem. So let's make sure we're putting those plans into action, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye, everyone.